Hi everyone, Stepan here. Today I'm going to show you a game I really didn't want to show you, but I just want to get it over with. This was one of the most painful games I played recently, and sorry for the spoiler, but I played very poorly and got destroyed. That being said, I hope you can learn something from my mistakes, and I just couldn't not give the result away because I just feel very bad about this game. Okay, so after two losses in the first two rounds, obviously I didn't feel good, and I lost the two games the same way, basically. Just playing a move that destroys my position completely, and basically my opponent didn't have to do anything in order to win. I just beat myself. Okay, so I'm facing a 1700 rated player, about my age I want to say. And we get into the Tal variation again. And in round one I had quite a pleasant position with h6 after a while. But this game I played h5. I just had nothing to prepare with. If I remember correctly, I couldn't know what my opponent was going to play. So I played h5. He went bishop d3, which is the second most popular move, takes queen takes, e6. And now he surprised me with knight f3. Usually bishop g5 is played here in the majority of the games. Now, against knight f3, there's the pattern with queen a5, which you can play against bishop g5 as well, where after knight bd2, you go queen a6, attempting a queen trade. And the position should be about equal, but I didn't want to trade queens, so I played knight e7, which is a normal move, tries to get the knight into f5, and nothing wrong with that. Okay, bishop g5, queen b6, trying to get out of the pin, and also pressure on b2. Knight c3. Now, of course, if I take on b2, then rook b1. So I played knight f5, which is fine. My opponent castled, and here I made a mistake already. Probably I should go queen a6 here to try and neutralize his activity. Now, normally against queen a6 people go c4, but now the knight is on c3, so the queen would have to move away from the light squares, which is a win for me. Once queen d2 is played, for example, any f6 break becomes much stronger because there is no queen g6 and queen e6 to follow. So dislodging the queen makes a lot of sense. I can also continue bishop b4 here, which is a useful pin, and probably follow it up with c5. But I played knight d7, which, even though it seems like a natural move, actually doesn't make much sense in this position because I want to play c5. There is no way to support the center. My knight really does belong on c6. He continued knight e2, which I think is a useful move considering what I played. Now, here I went for a very committal pawn break, which needs to be assessed very precisely, and I did not do that. I remember feeling poor during the game. I just, to be honest, I didn't feel like I could play well. And just to give things a bit of a lighter note, I improved my play later on. Not during this game, but later on, and I started feeling better. But when I lose a couple of games in a row, I just feel psychologically crushed. So I didn't invest enough time and energy to calculate this. I think I played it pretty quickly. I don't remember how quickly. But I played f6, which in itself isn't a bad move. It's a fine move. I have a slightly worse position, and I need to do something. Alternatively, I could have gone for c5, where after c3 I can take on d4. They take with the knight, and I can go knight c5, or I can go bishop e7, which is the safest move, where after bishop e7, knight e7, maybe c3, c5 can be played. And the position is okay. They do have knight g5, but I'm surviving this. I can bring my knight back to f5. But I felt like doing something. So I played f6. And, well, saying that in itself it isn't a bad move is actually wrong. It could give white an advantage if white plays precisely. It's weird to go for the engine line here, which gives white the biggest advantage. It's pawn takes, and knight f4. And seeing this is kind of tough. I didn't see it. He didn't see it either. Of course, now if I take the bishop, then knight takes e6 is just devastating. There's a rook coming to e1. There's a queen over here attacking my knight. There's a knight taking on g5. This is just game over. The engine probably announces mate. Alternatively, if after knight f4 I play c5, trying to defend my e6 pawn, then simply rook e1, and again I can resign safely because of rook e6. But yeah, neither of us saw that. He played bishop d2, and now I had the opportunity to almost equalize, but I didn't take it. Again, because I missed what he can do. And this time he did see it. I castled queenside, which seemed like a good idea to me. The way to keep something close to equality is to take on e5. And now with d5, I have knight c5, which should be pretty good for me. Black should be better here. Eventually I'm going to castle queenside and put enough pressure on h4 and d4 for him to collapse. Also my knight is coming to e4. Also b2 is actually hanging now. And queen c3 or queen a3 are not really possible because of knight e4. And after fe5, if they go knight g5, which seems sensible, then I can go c5. And if knight e6, for example, I can just take it. So that's defended. Yeah, but instead of that, I castled queenside, completely missing the crushing blow my opponent played. He went knight f4. And in this position, I just collapsed. I realized that I cannot play rook e8. I couldn't see a good move after fe5. Of course, if they take on e6, then I have e4 and I should be winning. But after fe5, if they play knight e5, then I have no idea what to do. If takes, and well, maybe I can play c5. But c5 I'd missed during the game in this position. Also, I was pretty scared of knight g6, and I really didn't like my chances here. Knight g6, bishop g5. So I ended up playing rook e8, which I knew was bad, and I was sort of resigned at this moment. I played rook e8, and of course knight e6. Now, knight h4 doesn't work, which may seem like a good idea. If I play knight h4, then knight h4, and if rook e6, then queen f5. And if I play c5 to defend my rook, then simply knight g6. And for example, rook g8, knight f4, and I'm losing my rook, because if I move my rook away, then e6, e7. Then that's about it. And if I go rook e8 here, then e6, and after the knight moves away somewhere, I don't know, then e7. And again, it's game over. So after knight e6, I cannot take on h4. If I take on e6, then queen f5. And again, if I move my rook away, e6, e7. So I ended up playing knight h6, defending the f5 square at least. But this is just a losing position. He took on f8, took on f8, took on h6, gh6, ef, rook e1. I mean, it's a pawn up position with my king in a ridiculous position. His knight dominating my knight, his rooks grabbing the e-file unless I want to trade, which I don't. So, but I played queen d8 because I just didn't want to allow rook e7. If I go rook e f8, then rook e7. So rook e8, queen e8, rook e1, queen f8, queen e3, and congratulations to my opponent, he was just playing perfectly. He was playing perfectly and quickly. He made one mistake, he could have beaten me in 2 moves, but he didn't. He let me fight on for a while. Queen d6, queen e8, check, king c7 was the only move, and now if you don't see the winning move, you can pause the video and find the winning move. He didn't play it. Okay, the winning move is rook e7, and regardless of what I do next, he's going to play knight e5 and just win a piece, and that's it. Instead, he started with knight e5, which gives me some hope. So rook e6, queen f7, rook e7, queen h5, queen b4, rook e3. I took a pawn. Maybe I'm not gonna get mated. Knight d7, rook d7, queen e5 check. I don't have king b6 because of rook b3, so I have to go king c8. He played rook g3, which again is perfect. Also rook f3 was possible. Now, in this position, the engine says queen c2 is the best move, which, I mean, I'm defending with a rook, and if I get my queen away, then I thought I was going to get mated. Of course, rook g8 is a threat. So I played rook d8, which doesn't save me because of rook g7. So queen b6 defending mate. And f4, he just starts pushing. I should have resigned long ago, but you never know. Maybe there is still some hope. So I played c5. If this is taken, there actually is some hope in the position because I get some open lines, but c3. cd4, cd4. I played queen c6, trying to get onto the c1 square if possible, somehow. Rook e7, simply trying to counter queen c1 with king h2, and then rook e8 is threatened. Rook f8, f5, h5. h5 is a nothing move. I just didn't know what to do. King h2, very good. Prophylactic move. King d8. My moves are just awful, but finding a normal move here is impossible. There are no good moves. Every move loses. Rook e6, queen c7. At least I get to trade queens. Now, if he takes my queen, I'm actually holding this position, which is funny. So I did get a chance to draw if he makes a mistake, but he didn't. He played f6, and now I again didn't know what to do, so I took the queen. If rook e5, then again I'm holding, but f e5, and this is over. I played a6 for no reason. There is that period during a game you're losing that you don't think about anything, you just make moves. Of course, any rational person would resign here. It's not that I was impolite, I just couldn't think clearly. So rook d6, king e8, rook d5, king f7, and this is how the game ended. Here, I resigned here. I don't know what to say about this game. I have very bad memories connected to it. It took me a while to recover, but luckily I did manage to, and from here on it's gonna get better, I promise. Coming back to the critical moment in the game where I played f6. Firstly, missing ef6 is just bad. It's tactically really poor. Missing that he could have taken and played knight f4. That's the first thing. Also, not following up correctly after he had made a mistake. After bishop d2, not taking on e5 is also really bad. But more important than all of that is playing f6 when you are not prepared. That is the thematic pawn break in positions like this, but you need to be ready for it. And since it's the... Okay, so here's what my when I used to have a coach, what he said to me, which I think is very useful. If you see a move that changes the nature of the position, it's probably either really good or really bad. In this case, it was really bad, but that's not even the point. The point is that you need to be aware of the significance of the move. So, had I been thinking clearly and had I understood how important and game-changing f6 is, I either would have assessed it more precisely, maybe still failed, but at least taken more time, or I would have discarded it. So there are plenty of normal moves here. c5 is another pawn break, which definitely isn't as risky, and bishop e7 is just a normal move. Of course, reinforcing all of the ideas with f6. And also, if I can castle queenside before playing f6, that's fine. The position is fine. So in a position like this, I can play c5, let's say here, preventing me from castling, but I can go something like knight f5. I can even go king e7. I can go f6 because the g6 square is now blocked. So for example, let's just give white a move now f6. Pawn takes, the knight drops back, castles queenside. Okay, there's knight f4 here, so I needed to be more precise, but at least this is less risky with white's king opening up as well. So if you can take anything from this very poor game, try to take more time on critical moves, and f6 it's not hard to see that it's a critical move. So yeah, this is the first time ever for me that I've started a tournament this poorly, and especially after having had all the trouble in my family, and I couldn't play, I couldn't prepare, I couldn't do anything clearly. It was the first tournament after a long break, so it was hard for me. But that's the part of this, and showing games like this and starts of tournaments like this will happen again, undoubtedly, and I have to deal with it. So yeah, I did it. Let me know what you think. Again, sorry for the poor game. Stay tuned for more chess. See you tomorrow with a much better game. Bye bye.